Ready?
Ready?
Let's get it.
Salud.
Vámonos. Let's go, Cesar.
Let's go. Come on.
Let's get it. Come on. Let's go. You got that beautiful Pumas jersey on.
How to wear it today?
Just cause?
Just because it's nice,
After your team beat them in
Yeah,
the Clasico.
Para dejarles saber que even though we beat y'all in the Clasico Capitalino, I got love for their jerseys, man.
Turco Muhammad did not have love for y'all.
That fool was pissed.
We'll talk about that a little bit later. No, but welcome back, folks. Episode 71. We got Omar here. We got Cesar here. We got an action-packed agenda for you guys per usual. A whole bunch of drama coming out of Chivas. Holy shit, parece telenovela. No manchen. No se cansan los güeyes.
No.
Y no aprenden.
Y aquí estamos listos para...
Y no tienen vergüenza. But, for us, some juicy stuff. For me as a Chivas fan, it's terrible.
For me as an America fan, let's go.
It's great. We got some VAR drama out of England. We'll go over that. We'll take it around the leagues. We got a bunch of Champions League. EPL is full steam right now. We got some upsets there with Manchester City. In Spain, we had the 1v2 Girona versus Real Madrid. We'll talk about that. We'll go over what's going on in Liga MX. We got a new Super Líder, which you haven't shut up about. And we'll bring it on home with what we're excited about. How are you feeling, Cesar?
I'm feeling great, man. Hace frío en la cima.
Aquí en San José no, güey. Está en caliente.
Pues aquí
Pero
no,
tú en la
pero
cima.
cima.
¿Tú qué andas en la cima? ¿Dices qué?
Sí, aquí
¿Cocina?
andamos. Frito aquí arriba, solitos.
Oh, yeah. Espérense una semana, cabrón. A ver qué. All right, let's kick it right off with the top news, the tabloids, the TV y novelas, I don't know any other tabloids in Mexico, but Chivas.
El gordo y la flaca.
El gordo y la flaca exclusive, TMZ exclusive.
Let's go.
Chivas cannot keep their names out of other people's mouths. This time, Vega, Chicote, and Raúl Martinez, a newcomer in the Chivas squad, a staple in Tapatío at the Tapatío squad, but has been with Chivas. They're set aside from the squad. The rumor up until now, today being Wednesday, is that while they were at their game in Toluca, they brought in women to the hotel room, which the hotel room is considered a sacred area where they're supposed to be concentrated. They're supposed to be getting ready for the game or just basically using it for transportation and for rest, right? Yeah. But that they brought in women. This has not been the first time that we've heard this from Chivas players or from overall players in Mexico or overall soccer.
Yeah.
But big news here because Chivas has already been struggling. They've already been having all this drama. They've been having player drama, all the players rebelling against Paunovic, all these performance issues along with the drama culminating, and then this comes out. Huge bomb yesterday.
Huge. And nobody saw it coming.
People thought that Vega, I guess he's the biggest one out of that whole group, that he was turning it around when he went to the selección. He was apparently a lot thinner. People were saying he's paying attention to his physique, trying to get the best out of himself. And then this comes out.
Yeah, it completely takes back all those words that were said before the World Cup and even after the World Cup in the past season, that he was going to watch his health, watch his fit, was going to focus a lot more, stop partying, basically, in a sense.
Yep.
Just for a couple weeks, a couple months later for all of this to come down.
Yeah. And it's really like you start piecing things together. People start saying, oh, it's because Alexis Vega is from Toluca, the cantera that he basically came out of. And people are saying it's his stomping grounds. He knows the people that he brought in. And then apparently now the top tabloids, the magazines, the articles are saying that Vega brought in like full-on employees or something of Toluca. Some people having to do with the organization of Toluca, of the team. We're learning more and more. We don't have all the details. But the rumor as of the moment is that they brought in women without permission into their camps. I think all three of them might be married and have kids.
Yeah, I don't know about the youngest one, Martinez. But I know the other two have.
Vega for sure does. Chicote for sure does. Chicote's wife came out and backed him up, ride or die, and was like, no, my husband did not do that. He's a loyal father and husband.
And people are inventing lies and don't listen to everything on the media. And we're just like, man, like there was a full-on statement from the Chivas institution. Like, why would they come up with such lies? Why would they just oust their players like that? They're already in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Playing wise in the league, for them to just make this out of thin air, like,
yeah, I don't see a reason why they would make this up. At first, it sounded fake that they brought women in. I thought they just like showed up late to practices and stuff, right? The latest that we've been hearing is that apparently Vega and Chicote haven't been cut from the team. Their contract hasn't been rescinded. They still have a contract with the team, and they're the bigger players. Nobody really cares about Raul Martinez, honestly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Amauri, to be honest with you, has been pretty level-headed. I think he's been making some good decisions with discipline with a lot of the players. He pulled back Chicote's contract renewal for shushing the crowd and talking shit to the crowd.
And that was just like against Mazatlan last week.
Exactly. But he's been doing these things. He's been really trying to hold players accountable. I don't know. Going into the final decision, I kind of have some confidence in.
Yeah. I mean, with that in mind, I was just, as we were walking in, I saw on Instagram, on ESPN, they were actually talking, like they're thinking about forgiving the youngest guy, Martinez.
Maybe like a first-time offense type thing.
Yeah, type of thing.
Which makes sense, but like, I mean, we know very little right now. We're going to hear very soon who did what, who brought who in, what happened. Everything comes out.
Yeah.
Todo lo malo sale, and I bet you somebody's going to have like a video, and it's going to go viral.
There's
Even
no way.
The America players, remember Los Suarez, I think Cabecita, I forgot who, they brought girls in, and then one of them took video, and you could literally see, I think it's like Los Suarez getting a lap dance.
Oh shit! When was this?
This was last playoffs, I think.
No way.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was going like crazy viral, and yeah, look it up later. And do private browsing. No, yeah, but yeah, this is completely crazy. It sounds like they might be able to get away with it just with a big heavy fine and all these things, right? Yeah. But it's completely unprofessional.
Yeah,
right?
No, I mean, okay, they might get away with it in a sense that they're going to stay at the club for the remainder of their contracts, but I don't necessarily understand how they go back to their own teams and La Afición and play games. La Afición just takes them back. Like,
I mean, they're going to get booed for sure. But I mean, Chicote was trying for his contract extension. He already messed it up in that game with Mazatlan, and now he has 6 months left. And I don't know if that was taken into play when he made the stupid decision, but now he's for sure not going to get a contract extension. If they're forgiven, he only has 6 months of a steady paycheck, and then he's got to figure out his own thing, which unfortunately other teams in the league will not give a shit, and they'll get them. Yeah. Monterrey will get them. I don't know, Cruz Azul will get these players, right? But the bigger question is with Vega, right? Everyone was already wondering, should Chivas renew them? Should they try to transfer him out and get something for him? I think this makes it a little bit more clear that they're probably going to get rid of him. But, like, how? Like, are they going to just cut the contract, lose a bunch of money, but, like, your morals are bigger? Or are they going to try to trade him away and get a little bit of cash?
You mean, like, in the winter or in the summer?
In the winter, probably.
In the winter. I mean, that would be the much safer bet. You can at least get something out of him, and just try to recoup some of the money that you lost. It's crazy to think that Chivas is not going to have Alexis Vega. Like, he's been injured for a whole lot of time within that team, but it's just Chivas without Alexis Vega is like, it's going to take us back quite some time.
Yeah, but I mean, he's
a player at the end of the day, right?
Out and out and out so many times. Like, I think Chivas needs to get to a spot, which is where it was when he came in, where it was trying to build a team, right? And then we've talked about on here a bunch of times, he goes in and it's no longer a team. It's like, feed it to Alexis and hope he can do something.
Yeah.
And he's not at the level. So I don't think those things need to be taken into account if it's like disciplinary, but we'll see what comes out. Like I said, we're going to hear a lot more And I don't know, I just thought it was wild that Chicote's wife came out and was like, hell no, not my baby.
She's a ride or die for sure.
She's a ride or
That's
die.
Crazy.
I've seen
like the circumstances are saying it like loud and clear that they fucked up.
Everybody, even Laura's like, que pase el desgraciado. And she's like, ¿Quién? ¿Quién es? Not my boo.
No, not him.
No.
Él es un santito que va a church cada domingo.
No, dijo que oyó de lo que pasó, pero no estuvo. Pero ahí estuvo, pero no vio nada.
Cerró los ojos.
No te preocupes, mi amor, nomás va a haber puro vato.
Sí,
Nah, yeah, this is complete shit show, but more to come. Next week's episode will probably have some more details.
Yeah.
But let's bring it on to the Premier League. Even bigger drama. Actually, it's right about the same. I mean, this fucked up a whole game.
I think it's fucking equally as a shit show.
Ask any Liverpool fan, and they will say this past weekend's game against Tottenham was the worst game ever.
Complete robbery. 2
red cards. We'll go over maybe the specifics of the game in a second, but the biggest thing, top news, is that the goal that was disallowed to Luis Diaz, which was an assist from Mo Salah, which I want my fucking points. Fantasy League, give me my damn points.
I had both of them in my fantasy.
Yeah, that would have been good. But yeah, so they disallowed the goal, and everyone was like, dude, they didn't draw the line on TV. They didn't, like, they always draw the little line, right? And they didn't. They just showed under review offsides, and then all of a sudden it said no goal, right? And then you're just like, what the hell? And then right after the game, there was breaking news that they acknowledged that it was incorrect. And people were like, how do you just acknowledge that? You have to, there's a process. Why don't you follow the process? And it would eliminate a lot of mistakes. And what ended up happening was today they released the VAR audio where you can hear the ref talking to the VAR folks, and they're going back and forth, and there's a huge communication gap, which seems to be that the VAR folks thought it was given as a goal because they check it, they start drawing the lines, but I don't know why they didn't show it on the damn screen on TV or anywhere. They draw the line. Okay, he's got it from the left boot, pull the line up, they pull up Luis Diaz, they show him, they pull the little line forward, and they see he's clearly onside. And then what ends up happening is they say, yeah, we're good. They send it back, and the ref says play on, and they let a disallowed goal stand, even though their decision was goal.
Yeah. And the whole communication since it started, it was a complete shit show. Like, there was no clear line. Okay, we're checking. Okay, we're drawing the lines. Okay, like the process of how they're going to get to a conclusion. Like, there's nothing.
Nobody was like, what is the current call? Nobody was like, what are we telling you? Yeah. They said, okay. And then they went back.
Okay, what?
Yeah, they're like, the ref was just like, oh, he said, okay, play on.
Yeah.
What I marked, play on, right? He marked offsides, and they needed to tell him no. I mean, even if you're confused, you need to tell him the decision that we think is goal.
Yeah, there need to be.
But they were just like, okay. They literally said like, okay.
Yeah, there needed to be a main guy saying, this is the decision we came up with. I felt like nobody stepped up and said, no, it's wrong, let's take it back, or this is what we came up with. Like, there was no process.
Nope.
It was just everybody spewing words, and like at the end of the day, we got what was wrong.
It was so confusing too. And then after the play, they start playing, and then people start jumping in, and then they're like, "Oh no, hold the game, delay the game." And then the guy's like, "No, we can't. He already played on." And then the dude just starts cussing, like whoever was in charge, right? And like complete mess up. Like, I understand by like the hard rule of the law, like the moment they started playing on, you can't stop and go back, right? I think it's the immediate second that they start playing on. But like, Jesus, they had the ability. They understood that they messed up 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
They should have been able to change it. And now Jurgen Klopp is coming out and asking for the whole game to be replayed. Or I don't know if the whole game, but maybe from that moment, but he's asking for a replay.
Yeah, it should be, because I don't think ever since we've had VAR, there has been a bigger like mistake like of this magnitude. So there needs to be precedent, and if they're going to replay it, then this is where we're going to draw the line across the whole board.
Especially one where they acknowledge that they messed up. That's
right
the
after
bigger
the game.
thing. They had the ability to have done something about it, but then you mentioned precedent. One, they followed the rule that they could not stop the game because the game played on. So they completely messed up, and they followed the rules. And then precedent, there is no precedent, so you can't install precedent now.
Yeah.
Right? There should have been a law before, and I don't know, maybe there is, and maybe I just don't know. But there should be a law there that says if the VAR messes up and it's a completely game-changing play, that if you submit a proposal, a petition, that we can replay it at a certain point. Because right now, the rule basically says tough shit.
Yeah.
They messed up. We're sorry. IOU. I don't know. Like, we got you on the next one maybe, but it's done. Like, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and I was watching some social media that even the pundits like didn't talk about it at halftime, didn't talk about it after the game. None of that. So there's a lot of people out there that think this was like
rigged,
like a buyout.
Rigged. I mean, the Discord.
The Discord was livid.
There were some words being said, man. People, shout out to y'all, but there's a good amount of Liverpool fans in there saying this is the worst thing ever. Give us the game. Give us a draw, right? I mean, and I feel for you.
Yeah. And it was tough. Early in the game, right? It was like minute 20 or something like that.
It was pretty early, and it was right after the red card.
Yeah.
Right? And then just the butterfly effect. If that happens, maybe Diego Jota doesn't get the red card. Maybe Liverpool is able to come back. Maybe the ref gives a makeup red card to Tottenham, right? And then it evens out. I don't know. You never know. Or maybe Tottenham turns it on and they smack them by more. You never know.
We'll never know now.
We will never know, and I don't think anything will come of it. But maybe it'll bring some precedent for next time. All right. The last big thing and the biggest of things that we wanted to talk about, the 2030 hosts for the World Cup have been announced, and it is 6 entire countries.
Fuck.
Not really in the cleanest of fashion, but Morocco, Spain, and Portugal are set to host the 2030 World Cup. They beat out Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay, who had the other bid, and they wanted to celebrate it at home because that would celebrate 100 years since the first edition of the World Cup, which was in Uruguay. So I don't know why these other countries are piggybacking. But what they ended up doing is allowing Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay to play their first games at home to celebrate that. So certain teams will have to play games all the way in the southernmost part of South America and then fly to Morocco, Spain, and Portugal for their second games.
Yeah, it's a
shit show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who came up with this idea. I don't know why it was passed. If you're going to celebrate 100 years of the World Cup being played, like, just do it right. Don't half-ass it like what
do
we're
the whole
doing
thing
right
there.
now.